What's happening, guys, man? Nas Lee in the building, and we're just gonna get right into the NFC East preview. And starting with the Giants, and I know people gonna think like they're the same old Giants. The Giants hasn't improved anything. It's still them. They can't really do much. But like, I'm gonna just tell you this right now. This Giants team is gonna be really interesting to actually watch this year because they're going back to their roots where like their defense is gonna be like the main factor of like them actually winning games because. In my opinion, their front seven, specifically the front four, or really five, we want to add like KT to that, it's like the best, it's like top five best front four or five in the league, in my opinion. And like, that's gonna like single-handedly keep them in games where like, where you expect like a regular Giants blowout. It's gonna be more like a one-score game where like people gonna be like, just like, it's gonna be hard for them to actually keep away from, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, they got Dexter Lawrence, who's, in my opinion, the best D tackle in the league, especially the best nose tackle in the league for sure. Because for him to be that great of a nose tackle and getting over double-digit sacks is insane to me. And then like Brian Burns, who's one of the more underrated pass rushers in the league, capable of getting double-digit sacks and stuff like that. Like he's really good too. And then KT, him being a former first rounder, he hasn't really lived up to like being that that dominant pass rusher, but like. He's gonna be really good with the second wave, you know what I'm saying? Like him as your rotation though, that's actually really good. And obviously, Abdul Carter, and I want to specifically talk about Abdul Carter because, in my opinion, he was like second best player in the draft, and I truthfully believe that like he could really make a Pro Bowl this year. Like I do think he has the potential to make a Pro Bowl this year. That's how good I think he could really be for real. Maybe All Pro too. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but like Pro Bowl year. I wouldn't be shocked if he made the Pro Bowl. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would not be shocked. But on to the offensive side, and really just specifically want to talk about Jackson Dart for a little bit. Now, me personally, I didn't like the pick for real, but like I understand his fit to the team because he's like, I want to say like a Josh Allen, but like he looks like a build where like very athletic, can throw the ball far when he can, stuff like that. Like he's kind of needed for a Brian Daboll system, so like I can understand. Now, when he's going to start, I don't know. Probably take about mid-season or till maybe Thanksgiving or when they like kind of out the playoff race. But like, I know the fact that like, with him being there now, Brian Daboll and his crew got maybe one more year before they might get fired. So there's that. Also, seeing him in the preseason, he's been pretty good in my opinion. I do like how he's been playing. So that's just my opinions on him, how I've seen so far. Alright, let's get this Micah Parsons thing out of the way so I don't have to talk about it later on, but like Dallas should have paid them a year ago. Let's just be honest. But this is basically Jerry Jones being Jerry Jones and wanting him to like be the center of attention. And now they might lose Micah Parsons. I'm not sure if he's for real gonna get traded, but from the reports I've heard, he's legit serious about getting traded. So like he's a top 5 edge rusher in the league, so I just don't understand why Jerry Jones and them had to be this way for him. Like, I just don't understand, but that's on them if they lose out on him. So, like, the defense gonna be worse without him too. So, but moving on to a guy they actually did trade for, that's George Pickens, and I think he's gonna be the best number 2 in the league for sure. Other than T. Higgins, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, all them. Like George Pickens really has talent for sure. He got over 1,100 yards with whatever QB the Steelers has, so he's gonna be really good for them. And he's an outside receiver, that really needs for real. That where he's covered, he's still kind of open. So I like this for the Cowboys. And then we got Dak Prescott, who's come back from injury again, and I still think he has that talent to where be in a top 12 discussion for sure. Put out some really great numbers. Obviously, the passing attacking it's still gonna be the same because his offensive coordinator is basically the head coach now. But like, I don't know how good of a head coach he will be for Scott Schoonover. But like, I know Dak Prescott for sure. He's gonna be really good for what they need from him. I wouldn't say he'll play like MVP type caliber season, but like, I'll say close to All Pro for sure, Pro Bowler for sure. So he could have potential from the sea because as long as he has that great offensive line, throwing the ball a lot. Dak Prescott's gonna be good. I think the offense is gonna be good, so we'll just see how that goes for him. Now for the Commanders, I want to specifically talk about Terry McLaurin for 1 second and say he's gonna get paid. I'm not worried about his trade request because I know he's gonna get paid. Yeah, the Commanders would be dumb to get rid of him. I know he's pushing 30, but like he's still one of the more better wide receivers in the league. Like he's been underrated for a while now. He finally has a QB where he actually put up some like real numbers again. So like if they trade him, that would be dumb. But like adding Jaden Daniels to the mix, but like they're one of the best wide receiver QB duos in the league already. So I truthfully think Terry McLaurin is going to get, paid before the season starts. Like, I'm pretty sure that week where no preseason happens, he's going to get paid. But Jaden Daniels, one thing for sure for him, one of the best rookie seasons of all time for sure. Took his team to the conference championship game, and like, what can I say, man? I mean, he did miss some games last year, but like, I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about, actually not even worried about sophomore slump either, because they did what they can to actually improve the offense around them. They got Lorme Tunsil now, who's one of the better left tackles in the league. They got Jack Connolly from the draft, who could play right tackle for them if they really want to. Like, the offensive line is like more set than it was like last year. Like, I thought the offensive line last year was actually pretty straight. So yeah, better protection. Yeah, Deebo Samuel, to which he actually fits their system to where run a lot of screen passes, so Deebo can take a screen pass from like 80 yards and take it in for the house, just in breaking tackles alone. So I'm very, very excited for this Washington team offense. But the defense though, with Dan Quinn, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried. Now the pass defense is actually really good last year, surprisingly enough, but that run defense though, man, I am very worried because I'm always a believer like you have to at least top half of the league in run defense, because I'd rather you not run the ball over me like that, because it'll allow play action to happen, and that's where the pass defense gets affected big time. But Dan Quinn, really good defensive type of guy. I don't know why, but like every time he's the head coach, I see more of his offense doing stuff than his defense supposed to be doing more. But hey man, I just hope that they don't get gashed in the running game like that. But I'm very sorry for this Commanders team. I'll be honest, it's not too much to talk about with the Eagles, Super Bowl champs, because we already know what they are, man. One of the top 5 rosters in the league, one of the best running backs in the league, one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best offensive lines in the league. In my opinion, one of the best QBs in the league. Obviously, one of the best wide receiver duels in the league. But like specifically with Saquon, I don't think he'll get over 2,000 yards like he did last year, but like I do think he'll have like 2,000 yards from scrimmage for sure. Like I do think he'll have that, but because I think they're gonna like maybe throw the ball a little bit more. I'm not sure for real. We'll see what they do, but I do believe healthy Saquon team's better. But like now before I talk about Jalen Hurts, I want to give you like quick thing for the defense. Obviously, they have a great cornerback duo with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, 2 rookie players from last year. I think Cooper DeJean's, in my personal opinion, a little bit better because he has more to the slot and he can play outside when he really wants to. He's very versatile, even though Quinyon Mitchell is really great outside corner, sit down from the outside, which is really useful. But that's just me. But here in that second year, but like I wouldn't say I'm worried about the defense, but like they did lose a good amount of players from the defense, specifically the defensive line. So we'll see how that goes for them defensively. But I don't think they're gonna take a step back for real. You know what I mean? But on to Jalen Hurts. So obviously he's been like the talk of the offseason where like is he a top 5 QB in the league? Is he even a top 12 QB in the league? Did he get carried by Saquon? Did he carry the team? All that type of stuff for that. Is he better than prime Cam Newton? Let's just be honest. Like my opinion with Jalen Hurts, he's improved to where like in my opinion he's a top 5 QB in the league. Just I think he proved that in my opinion, where he had different offensive coordinators in 2023 and that offense was not good because the offensive coordinator was just not good at what he was doing, and Jalen Hurts just made it work, and they were 10-1 at one point with the first seed after beating the Bills in the cold weather game, just in the rainy game for that matter, and he did his thing. So and then last year he had to do much because he just did what he needed to do. I don't understand like people were saying that he got carried. That doesn't make sense to me. Now maybe they pass the ball a little bit more, I wouldn't mind it, but like as long as his legs are a big weapon for them, like they're gonna have a chance, and his leadership skills is like really top tier. So like, also like let's be honest, Jalen Hurts, he's gonna be not controversial, but like a polarizing like type of guy or how they feel about him right now. But like, well, I'll say and done though, like man, like he's just worried about winning Super Bowls, and that's really all it is to him. Also, he was a MVP conversation too in 2022 without Saquon, so I don't know why people just forget about that. With that being said, though, I think the Eagles this year in the division is going to finish close second to the Washington Commanders this year, who I think is going to be winning the division this year. I ain't gonna lie, I was like really tossing and turning between like who I think win the division, but I decided on the Commanders to be a little bit bold this time around. So I think Commanders gonna be first, Eagles second, Cowboys gonna be third. But if they lose Michael Parsons, I can see them being in last place for sure, because that defense gonna be even worse. And then the Giants, I think they're gonna be last place, but like I think they can actually get 7 games this year. I really think they can win 7 games, be more competitive than what people think. So that being said, though, man, Nas League 27 in the building. Let me know who y'all got winning the division, and I'll see y'all guys in the next video, man. Peace out.